Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols, and I'm here to bring you your Nichols Words. And today from Steadfast Publishing, we're going to take a look at the personal paragraph reference, also known as the PPR from Steadfast, and this one is in the black letter. Now, unfortunately, if you want it in black letter, it's only available in premium options. In the goat skin, it's available in black, jade green, and navy blue. And then this Italian Cowhide, it's available in this brown and navy, in edge-lined and paste down. This happens to be edge-lined, and that yap is absolutely massive. But before we dive into this text, I want to talk about personal size Bibles for a minute. This is a bit of a confusing thing for a lot of people, but when I think of personal size Bible, I am thinking of something in the 8.5 by 5.5 range, this middle-sized Bible. And that is pretty much the industry standard for most publishers. Even now, Schuyler has adjusted their personal size to be in this middle range size versus this more compact size. This is a full-size Bible. This tends to be more in the 9 by 6 range. And then a compact Bible tends to be somewhere in the 7.5 by 5 range. And then you have more of like a super compact Bible that will be in that 6 by 4-ish range. This is a small compact. This is a normal compact, personal size, full size. So now back to this. This is considered by Steadfast a personal size reference. And as you can see, it looks personal size when you consider the yap, because that's a massive yap. But this is the actual size of the block. And as you can see, it's even smaller than most compacts. It's more on line with this compact here. So it's close to the same size. For me, I would put this in the compact category. Now, this one's printed and bound in Korea. You can get some upper echelon editions of this in the red letter, but they do have some nice-ish faux leather ones. The only thing is they don't have the gilding. That's a little bit of a disappointment. This is 28 GSM paper, but this is Korean paper, and as you can see, there is a bit of ghosting in this paper. Now let's upgrade, and let's go ahead and look at this printed and bound by Royal Jongbloed. We'll start with the cover. This has a bit of a tacky feel to it, but this leather is absolutely beautiful. I've trained this yap. I am not crazy about this yap on a Bible this small, and I'm going to show you. Check this out. That is like over by, I'm going to say, 1/4 of an inch all the way around. That's just a lot of yap for such a small Bible. If it was a little bit of a thicker Bible or a bigger Bible, it would make sense. And to me, see where the line where it's been trained, it makes that look a little awkward to me. But this is probably the best stock Bible leather I have ever seen from any publisher across the board. Now, this is a pricey Bible. This is north of $200 because it has the indexes, which I'll show you in a minute. The editions without the indexes are a little under $200, but let's go ahead and look at some of the features. First of all, check out that spine work. Absolutely beautiful, and look at the distress on those hubs. That's just gorgeous. This leather is incredible. I just wish they would have backed off on the yap a little bit, the perimeter stitching. You can see one thing that would have been really cool is if they'd have gone with a lighter brown and kind of give it a little accent. And check it out. These are actually Beresford's ribbons. So they are really swinging for the fences when it comes for premium material. So we have leather from Italy, we have ribbons from Britain, and then we have the French milled 28 GSM paper from the Netherlands, and this is printed and bound in the Netherlands. And you can see they don't cut any corners. That is a single piece of leather. There's no split hide here. Beautiful gilt line, and if you're going to have this much yap, look, that's huge. That's a huge amount of yap. I would have went ahead and added a second gilt line there just to sort of make it look a little less overwhelming. But when you take a look at the corners, you can see those corners are hammered down. Really nice pleats. Looks really good. I love this leather. I wish that I could describe it, but this, of course, is a shrunken down version of the 13-point font giant print. It's the exact same block, only shrunk down to an 8.5-point font. Now, I will say this, I said this last time, that does not look like an 8.5-point font to me. I'd probably give it an 8 at best. It reads a little bit small, but I will say this, with the way that it's laid out, let's get to a paragraph format here. You can see that French end-opaque paper with that coating just really reduces that ghosting beautifully. I love the red accents, and this being dark typeset by 2K Denmark, really nice leading space, really well spaced out words. This is not hard to read at all for such a small footprint size and for such a small font size. So now let's go ahead and let's get to the New Testament so I can show you the black letters. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the same page in the New Testament, just to give you a look at the difference in the paper. These are both 28 GSM. This is a more premium paper. This is a less premium paper, but you can see in comparison, there's really not a big amount of ghosting difference. So this Korean paper is really good. The problem with this is if you want the gold pages, you're going to have to upgrade to that cowhide, and it's going to cost you quite a bit more. So if you're wanting to save the money, the sacrifice is going to be you're not going to get that gilded page edges. But this is a nice block, very nice layout. Let's go ahead and look at some of the features as you get beyond the book of Revelation. You're going to have your monetary units, your weights and measures, and this paper is very thin, so sometimes it's hard to get a grip on. Oh, and here's one thing that you want to make sure that you're aware of is in the Jongbloed editions, the maps are not in color. And this is on that glossy cardstock, but this is on standard Bible paper. I'm going to tell you something. There's been some people that have fussed about this, but I actually like this move. I like it on regular Bible paper. I also like that they only printed it on one side of the page, so you don't have that ghosting to deal with. So personally, I think this is a good move. But once you get to the end, you'll also notice that the concordance is cut out of this, but it does have that dot matrix paper, so you can take some notes at the end. And, of course, that beautiful art gilding. I'll admit, the overhead view of this is not bad, but that is a lot of YAPP. I would prefer a little bit less. Another thing about the indexes. I don't understand indexes in a compact Bible for this reason. They have to be so small, and you can see my thumb. I don't have a big, massive hand, but my thumb, those are almost something that would belong in a children's Bible. So I'm not going to be able to use them with my thumb because it's going to catch those pages. So I'm going to have to use my pinky or something. So that's a little bit annoying. But I do, if you like touch the very edge, you don't have to go all the way up here. You touch the very edge with your thumb, it'll work just the same. But I would just rather see this without the indexes. But there's a lot of people that do like them. And I tell you, actually, they're very well done. They're pretty. I'll give them that. They look sharp. This is a sharp Bible. If you like that massive extra YAPP, that is a comical amount of YAPP there. It's just like, wow. I'm going to go ahead and say it. This is kind of ridiculous. But there are going to be some of you that think this is the most beautiful thing ever. And if you like a lot of YAPP, this is the Bible for you. God bless you. Keep calm. Jesus on. This is your Nicholsworth.